Hi, I'm Nikita,
And I'm Moses.
and you're tuned into my prerogative podcast. And this morning we will be talking about
Let me remember. I think it was remembering your own self-worth.
no.
How you determine your own self-worth.
There you go.
Wow. So I got one
How
word.
do you
One.
remember? How does one remember their self worth? It's like, let me think back to like when I was a kid and, my mommy gave me potato chips for breakfast because I'm worthy.
Is
It's
that
like,
from
how do
personal
you
experience?
determine your self worth?
That sounds personal. Like that
I'm
doesn't
just saying,
sound
like, if I were to remember, like, go back and like really do a deep dive and like, okay, when was I painfully aware, or not painfully aware? When did I become aware that I was worthy? I'll have to go back to like when I was like a kid and like, you know, all the shit on my Christmas list was under the Christmas tree. It's like, oh my god,
it's just
someone's
like
been a good girl.
I need stuff. That's how Nikita. This feels like this could
That's how
circle
I
back.
determine my self worth is by things. No.
I don't know. I feel like this could also circle back to your love language now. Nikita needs
Oh,
things.
I
Nikita
need
needs stuff.
I need all the shit on the love language list.
All of it?
All of it.
Every single thing.
Every single hit every single one. Some more than others,
Hmm.
but
What's number one?
number one would be I think mm, acts of service.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'll come fix your sink.
You know what? My toilet won't stop running. Come fix that shit. And I would be like, Moses loves me.
Like that's all I need. It's like, how did you what? How'd you do it, Moses? Fix the toilet. That easy.
And then it doesn't flush. You're like, I just turned the water line
Yeah. I fixed it in my own way, but
off.
she didn't specify
It's not
how.
running
It's
anymore.
not running. I fixed the
It just
problem.
it just doesn't work now.
Yeah, I just gave you a new problem. I think that's keeping life exciting. Fix one problem, give you a new one, you know? You
Yeah.
always need something.
I
Something to
gotta
ground
keep you
you.
coming back, right? So it's
Exactly.
like now shit, now I need you to come and fix the shit that you broke,
I think that's just how marriages last for so long.
I think so. Yeah. I agree.
Just something's always broken in this house. Like I can't just leave. I can't just go. Gotta stay. All
All
right.
right.
Self worth. I can hear myself.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, it's better. There's one thing I think every human doesn't like. It's hearing their own voice in their ear. It's like, stop, stop.
I used to like cringe when I heard myself, like especially like, recording and,
Hmm.
making my own videos and shit. But now it's like, damn, I have a dope ass voice. Like now I love hearing myself talk. I don't it's just something that you have to get used to, I guess.
I believe that you love hearing yourself talk.
I
I believe
do.
that.
I really do. I
Here we
think when
are
I
right
like
now.
when I play back the recordings, I'm just like listening to myself. I tune you out.
I
I'm
believe
like,
that.
okay, I cannot wait until this motherfucker stop talking so I can. It's my turn to talk.
I believe that. Two
this is
thousand percent.
this is Moses wearing off.
This is this is the most true thing I think you've ever said. I wholeheartedly believe that you do that.
I do.
Just
That's how
like
to
it's like
like.
Moses part, Moses part, Moses part, cut. Here we go. I
All right. So let's talk about it. Determining your self worth. Like,
don't know. I thought we were just gonna roast each other for
wait,
20 more minutes. I feel like the people love these streams. We just insult each other
when we really
aggressively.
battle it out. I mean, it's a really, I think, healthy balance of
Mm,
like, being on one accord and fucking battling it out because we can
mm,
be like, we can go.
yeah,
Yeah. And we're both like pretty stubborn.
we've
Like,
got that
my,
Latino relationship.
I know, right? It's like saucy.
We keep it spicy. It's like,
Okay. All right. Come on, man. Like, okay. How do you determine your self worth? Like, okay.
this is how I determine my self worth. See,
My first question.
I
My
had a
first question.
segue.
My first question is is it okay, can you fully determine your self-worth absent of a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, how so?
I think you, to take it even further, I think you should determine your self worth outside of being with another person. Because if you have to be in a relationship to do it, that's like being codependent, right? Where it's like I need to be with someone to figure out what my self worth is. I guess how you do it when you're on your own is it's always so weird for me to think about personally because I don't know if there's ever a point where I ever doubted my own self worth. I feel like I always kind of believed in it, but I guess if I could think about it, I was always encouraging of myself in successes, no matter how small, and failures, no matter how large. And I always try to look at the positive spin on anything I do, while also giving respect to the negative. But I guess it's like maybe like how I do it.
Okay. I I do agree with you when you said, you determine your self-worth absent of a relationship, but I think like in order to test what you tell yourself and what you feel like you believe about yourself, you can only do that in relation to someone else. Because that's when you're trying to kind of like merge yourself and stand
Mm,
on and be true to who you are with someone else. And that is the real test of like, okay, I feel like I'm deserving. I feel like I'm worthy of love or
mm,
happiness or, whatever you're feeling like you're worthy and deserving of. But you can only test that in relation to someone else and kind of, see if you can hold up to who you are, who you know yourself to be in relation to someone else,
I mean,
beside someone else.
I guess I would agree that like relationships can test like your amount of self worth, but I think cultivating it is something that happens on your own. That
Yeah.
happens of
Yeah, that's
yourself.
yeah. Okay, so that's exactly what I just said. This is
I
the
feel
shit I'll
like
be talking about.
I
This
feel like
is
I
the shit I'm talking about.
I feel like I
Like,
reframed it in a different way.
okay, yeah, but okay. So we agree there. Um,
Get
and
used to
then
it,
just to,
Nikita.
to, to
I
go
do that a
back to
lot.
the point though itself, like, I think this was always a really big struggle for me because like I always felt like I had to have certain things. I have to have a certain amount of success. I have to,
Just flip me off.
yeah, because I'm trying to say, like, what the fuck is so.
You didn't see that? That was certain amount of success. Like she just flipped me off. The fuck?
No, seriously. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
always,
yeah. Okay,
I've
yeah.
always felt like I had to be a certain
Mm-hmm.
way and have certain things in
Mm-hmm.
order to be worthy of love. And so like I would come into it with the approach of like, just being Nikita and standing in Nikita isn't enough. Like there has to be more layers to me. So maybe, I have to know how to cook
Mm-hmm.
or I have to have X amount of degrees or I have to be in my career making this
Mm-hmm.
amount of money or I have to be a certain weight and have the right curves in order to be worthy and to be enough in a relationship. And so like um I had to learn, you know what I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
um how to just stand on being Nikita. And I think that in the relationships, I would test that theory. Like, okay, now I feel like I'm enough. But, when they would ultimately end, in that period of, just being alone and being by myself and trying to repair and kind of looking at like why I responded and why I, felt insecure in certain moments.
Mm-hmm.
And working through that, like I was able to build myself back up and then be good and feel like I'm enough and then test it in a relationship. And it was like a lot of trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I know I'm the shit. So it's like, whatever.
I guess like this is like the backdoor topic today is also like insecurities, right? Because it's like the opposite, or like the testing ground of your self worth is like how do you deal with your insecurities? What are they? Because that's like the biggest hindrance of like, do I feel like I'm good enough?
Yeah.
And so it's like, I just took what you said and just, reframed it a little bit.
Right, but like
As
what I'm
usual,
saying, like
Nikita.
in relation with
Yeah.
somebody else, so it's like, I feel like I'm secure in myself and
Yeah.
I have a really good career and I have things going for me, but then I meet somebody and they're further advanced or further along in
Mm.
their career and they have more money than me and they have more degrees than me. And it's like, okay, like, you know, will my insecurities start to creep back in and be like, okay, maybe you need to
So,
work on more things, or will I still feel like
I like
how I
that.
felt when I was alone? You know what I mean? So
Nikita's,
that's what.
we can always spin it to a positive. This is Nikita's natural competitive drive. She's like, if someone's better than me, it's like, whoa, 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 I need to be better than you now.
No, I know. That is so me though. Like I'm always like comparing myself
And it's not
against
insecurity,
someone
it's
else.
just competition.
It's just competition.
Nikita, at the end of her life, Nikita wants to know she won. She was
At the end of her life, Nikita wants to be Jesus Christ.
like, if I'm lying on my deathbed, Nikita wants to say, have fun with second place. Like, damn. right before. Okay, Nikita, I see you. We'll see who wins at the end of the day. But no, I get that because it is a very common insecurity, especially among. I mean, forget partners. I mean, like the big thing. I think everybody does that shit, right? Where we're constantly comparing ourselves to the people around us, and like, okay, they're better off than I am. Does that mean I suck? You know what I mean? It's like, is it
Right.
a give and take? So if they're really good, does that mean I'm really bad?
Right. I know, right? Isn't that
Like, can
like
we
fucked
both
up?
just be good?
I
Or
know, right? In our own way. Like, or can they be good in this, instance, in this situation, in this
like their own
realm,
type of
and
good?
I be not so good and still be okay with like, all right,
Yeah.
okay, I see you. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
why does it have to be, like you said, like a competition
mm,
where, okay, they can't be that good and I'm not that good. Like, now I have to get great. Like, and it could be like, even like situations that I'm not even interested in being good at. You know what I
mm.
mean? Like cooking or fucking running. Like I don't give a fuck about running. I like to work out different ways, but shit, don't fucking outrun me because
Right?
now now I
You-
feel like shit because I can't keep up.
I
Like
think that's I
that
think
type of dumb
that's
shit.
I think that's super common in relationships because I don't know why. I feel like relationships invite competition between partners sometimes. Not always in even an unhealthy way, but like sometimes just like you said, I've been in that scenario where it's like your girlfriend doesn't even care about running, but you go running together, and then you're like, "Hey, do you want me to slow down?" It activates something inside them, like, "What did you say to me? You want to slow down for me?"
I was slowing down for you. Shit. I want you to make it seem like you were, a little bit advanced, but let me fucking speed up.
See now I know Nikita too. She's got her hand on the wall. She's like, "Yeah, that's right. Let me brace myself." Hand on the wall, like get braced up. Your attitude was too strong
Yeah.
to
I'm
be held by
ready.
this.
You just never know when that hand is going like.
It's like he's like, let me hold myself up. So I grab the edge of my shirt.
Let me sit up straighter and
Exactly.
taller than most.
But no, that'd be a fun, lighthearted topic for another day. Is like the funner little competitions that happen in relationships because like it's super common. We all do it, right? I've done it before, and then the big way that you're discussing of like compare myself to my partner, I've definitely done that before. I do that all the time, I think.
Oh
And
yeah,
some,
you do.
yeah. Well,
Yeah. I mean, this is not without like, a shadow of a doubt. Like you don't even have to think that hard because you know you do, and I know you do because you do it to me all the time. And you come off like with this, joking, friendly, you'll laugh it off, but you be serious as fuck because you always compare yourself. Like I want you to know, Nikita, I'm better than you. So, so I'm gonna bring your awareness to how fast I run or how I jog on the trail before you even get here,
Ah.
or how I always have to be the fucking compass on the trail because I know where we're going and you have no fucking clue. Like, amongst other things, the whole Moses complex. But yeah, you do it all the time, and it's cool though. Like it's fun, keeps me on my toes. But I want to talk about
Got me some more.
no, I want to talk about
The call us thing. My God.
and the insecurity. So when we are in that competitor mode,
Hmm.
and turn me down just a little bit because I think I'm echoing on your end. No, I didn't say turn you down. Okay, it's better. Um, no, it's not. Turn me down on your phone.
It's all the way down.
Okay. Well, maybe I need to turn myself down. Okay, so being in that competitive mind frame while you're in a relationship and
Hmm.
not feeling like you're good enough, and those insecurities start to creep up, like how would you kind of move through that and deal with that?
So like if I'm my insecurities are coming up, I guess in a relationship, I guess I would just like for me, I would take some time to be introspective and really try to find the root cause of why I'm doing it and like try to remember that well, me and my partner, we're a team. It can't be competing. Sometimes we're not always competitors. Sometimes we're fighting life on the same team. I don't have to always compete with her. I don't have to be the captain of the team. Sometimes I'm just a supporting cast. Nothing wrong with that. The role players are necessary to win the game. Sometimes you
You
just gotta
see how
play your role.
you still put yourself on the pedestal.
Listen,
You still put yourself on a pedestal.
Nikita,
Sometimes the role players have to be there for success.
is that not true? Is that not true? What do you want me to say? Listen, I'm a subordinate.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I encapsulate the idea. You could be up, and I could be up too. We both could be up. Listen, I'll be the role player. I'm still going to do myself. I'm saying, I know this French.
I know, right? If I wasn't playing my role, you would not be able to have had this success.
But it's
Okay.
not competition. It's like, oh, I'm just keep this. I'm building you up. I'm climbing up with you.
It's not a competition, but
It's
you would
not.
not have made it without me. The fuck? Um,
We're not competing, but I am vital. No.
so what determines
Hmm.
like your worth?
Um, I guess I would say I'll separate it into the things that determine it that I don't like versus I like, in the sense of like I think words of encouragement from my parents would like make me feel good and like make me feel super worthy, but I don't like that. That's just some baggage that Moses just has, where it's like, good job, Mo. Oh my god, thanks, Dad. But I guess other than that, how happy I am. I've through living the life and the hardships I've gone through, I've learned the importance of like your own unique brand of happiness, where it's like, am I happy? Am I loving what I'm doing right now? And like, if I do feel happy, it's like, you know what? I'm doing something right. Like doing something
Okay.
right, and that means Moses is not as bad as I could have imagined. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess also just, I mean, the nature of my job and my what I've chosen to do with my life, I have a very tangible way to measure my self worth. Like, am I a better dancer than I was the day before? Like, the answer is yes, days of success. I feel good. I feel like day well spent, life well lived.
So does it fluctuate then?
Oh, of course, all the time. I mean, some just like how there are bad dancing days, there are bad mental health days where it's like, just things aren't going right. I feel like shit. Everything I'm doing seems like it's going to shit. It's like, oh, what do I do? It's like, uh, I say, according to Nikita, I say maybe the most Moses Williams thing ever. I just say, hey, wait, I'm Moses Williams. I got I just say, I'm me. I'm the only me in the world, numerically.
Oh, I like that answer. Yeah,
That's
that's great.
like, because that's definitely a philosophy that was ingrained in me through childhood. Of like, hey, when in doubt, you could do anything. You're a kid. You're Moses Lee Williams. I guess I won't
Moses
say my
Lee.
full name.
Oh, Moses Lee. Oh, okay.
That's my middle name. My middle name's Lee.
Yeah.
It's like okay. I always feel pretty good. What about you?
I would say knowing who you are and
Mm-hmm.
being true to yourself determines your self-worth because everything that you acquire outside of you, so like success, you have, a nice body, you have a nice car,
Mm-hmm.
you're a great dancer, like all of those things can be taken away.
Mm-hmm.
And if all of those things are taken away and then you change or your perception of your self-worth kind of diminishes as those things leave, then it's like, did you really
Yeah,
know your self-worth before that? So
I
just
agree with that.
knowing who you are and being true to yourself and like being able to kind of go within for that validation, for love and happiness and knowing that it all starts within and it radiates outside of you, that determines to me my self-worth. So it's like I
Mm-hmm.
know who I am as a person, and if you strip everything that I have away from me, I still know who I am, and you can never take that away
Yeah.
from me. And that's, who I am. And so that is what I equate to my self-worth because like I feel like a lot of people when they think about self-worth, they think about going outside of them and bringing it in for like
Mm-hmm.
happiness and love and to feel worthy, but it starts from within and then it radiates outwardly.
You
And
need
so that's
a
what I would.
need to either be like naturally have or cultivate, I think, like an indomitable will, right?
Mm,
To where
yeah.
it's like you always think no matter what happens, my spirit will never be broken, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like the nature of my sticky note wall. It has like some things on it like that where it's like, hey, one of them is like, no matter what, you'll be okay. And like that's like smack dab in the middle of the wall. And seeing that like always, if I'm nervous or if I'm unsure, like if I'm going on stream and I don't want to dance, I'm tired, I feel like, oh man, I'm gonna dance like shit. I bet I'm not that good. I always read that sticky note, and right next to it is "Don't fear failure." Those two were like the first two sticky notes on this massive wall, and when I read those two, like it always just says, "Yeah, like what am I worrying about? Like it's not the end of the world. If I go out there and I suck, I'm getting better. What if anyone laughs at me? They're watching. I'm doing."
Mm-hmm.
It's like you know what I mean. So it's like you do have to find like some answer within yourself to ground you, and you can build everything around that. Where it's
Exactly.
like for me,
Exactly.
that's my number one motto. I say in my head, no matter what, if I'm alive, I'll be okay. Like
Yeah.
I can always start again. I can always build it back up, do something different, no matter what. I'm assuming I live a long life. I will. I got time.
I agree. Um, and then too, when you said some people are born with it and some people have to cultivate it, like
Mm,
I kind of agree and disagree with that statement. I think we're all born with it, and over time, experiences challenges what
mm,
we know intrinsically of who we are and our worth. And so I think that is the cultivating part. So everyone has to nurture it, and
Hmm.
and build it up, and it fluctuates,
I guess I would
as
say
time
like people are
progresses.
born with it. It's more like I agree, everyone has it. It's just more like some people definitely just have that natural inclination to be like, or it's like, oh, like I feel it and I got it. Like some people you just see like they're just always brimming with confidence from like day one. It's
But
like,
that
oh,
doesn't. But that's just how we perceive them. You don't know what they're facing and what they're dealing with
I guess
internally.
I guess it was
So
hypothetical. I'm just
yeah,
making this.
yeah,
Yeah.
like no, but I don't. But see, I think that type of thinking
Mm,
um kind of opens the door to that some people are better than other mindset, and I don't think that's the case. I think that we're all human, and we all
mm,
go and experience human emotions and
mm.
ups and downs, and things like that. So yeah, some people appear to always be on, but you don't know what they're dealing with internally. um and that doesn't take away from someone who openly struggles with their self-worth, and
Mm.
the up and downness of like, oh, I don't have it in me. I'm not born with it, because you are born with it and you do have it in you. It's just sometimes it's portrayed differently. But you are no less than somebody who always appears to be on.
Sure.
Yeah. So, um, but yeah, I think this was a really good conversation.
Mhm.
And just anybody who tunes in, or listens, just know that you are worthy and deserving. You don't have to acquire anything outside of yourself. You just have to understand it and know your self-worth and know who you are as a person. And no matter what you have or what you may lose, that feeling of worth should always stay centered and keep you grounded. And you're deserving of anything that you desire, you want, you need, no matter what you have or don't have externally. So, and that, my friend, concludes my TED talk.
I can I can
Do you
see you
have
doing a
any
TED talk.
takeaway thoughts?
Um, just believe in yourself, and no matter what, you'll be okay. No matter
Yeah.
what, you'll be okay.
If you just like kind of know Moses, and you can like, absorb some of his energy, I
Yeah,
think
be like me.
that would help tremendously.
The narcissistic answer is be more like me.
Be more like, just being around Moses.
I think
It'll
Nikita,
raise your soul.
I think Nikita's life has slowly improved just by my simple presence here. I mean, look where we are
I
now,
agree. I really
talking
do.
right
I agree.
now.
I agree. I agree. You just everybody needs just a little bit of Moses. It'll
I
make it
think
all
that's
better.
true. That's
It'll
why
make it all better.
just give it like end of the year, have 1 million followers or something. It'll be like the world slowly realizing, like, I think this guy's the truth. I
I
think
think this guy really is Moses.
it's like, is he actually him? Like,
Could
I
it
am
be?
indeed him. I am indeed him.
I love it. Alrighty. Well, enjoy your Mother's Day, all the mothers out there. And if you're not a mother, enjoy your weekend
Thank
and
you.
be safe.